Good morning and welcome back to The Horizon on Nigeria Police Radio 99.1 FM Abuja. This is your platform for direct conversation and clarity from the Nigeria Police Force. We're here again on our mission to bridge the gap by linking up with police commands across the nation, airing every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. This is where you hear firsthand from the officers tasked with your security. I am Ali Udoma. Today we journey to the southwest, to Osun State, the land of virtue, where the police command has been operating at an extraordinary pace over the past several weeks. From the arrest of a politician over an 8.5 million naira Ramadan food package fraud to the detention of two custom officers for the fatal shooting of a driver in Oshogbo, to the rescue of a community leader's younger brother from kidnappers, to the discovery of a clandestine grave behind a hotel in Oshogbo, the headlines have been relentless. But beyond these incidents, the command has also recorded major successes: the arrest of 8 high-profile serial kidnappers who relocated from Benue State to use Osun as a safe haven, the interception of a syndicate planning operations across the state, and also significant stride in community engagement and recruitment transparency. To help us navigate this complex and eventful period, we're joined by the Police Public Relations Officer of the Osun State Police Command, in person of DSP Abiodun Ojalabi. Good morning, DSP Abiodun, and thank you for joining us on the Nigeria Police Radio.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for having me.
All right, so how is Osun State Command doing this morning, and the good people of Osun?
Well, as you said earlier, Osun is relatively calm, and as we used to say here, we are good loving people.
All right, that's great to hear, and thank you for joining us once again. Listener, remember that this is your program. By that I mean it is interactive in nature. Therefore, as we progress on the show, we will be opening the phone line where you can share your questions or comments for the Police Public Relations Officer, Osun Police Command, via call, WhatsApp, or SMS. Meanwhile, we are streaming the program live on Facebook. On Facebook, you can follow us on Nigeria Police Force, and also on X, Police NG. So let's begin with the most recent and perhaps most sensitive arrest of a politician over an 8.5 million naira. On March 7th, by the way, for the purpose of this conversation, we will be revisiting some of your press releases, which of course I know are in the public space. So for purpose of clarity and more detailed explanation, we will be delving to that. On March 7th, your command arrested a man named Sholadoyi Fasanjo KG, a politician from Odo-Otin local government area, in connection with a petition alleging he obtained 8.5 million naira under false pretenses for the procurement of Ramadan food package that were never delivered. You subsequently issued a clarification following public outcry, explaining that the arrest followed repeated invitations the suspect allegedly ignored, and that the operation was conducted professionally. Kindly walk us through this case. What was the nature of the petition, and how did the command balance the need to investigate a serious allegation of fraud against the potential political sensitivities of arresting a public figure during Ramadan?
Well, thank you very much. Once again, my name is DSP Abiodun Ojalabi, the Police Public Relations Officer for Osun Police Command. You see, this is a very... We could not have acted without a petition written by Ebedini Chambers on behalf of one Honorable Damilare Enadi Francis against the suspect Sholadoyi Fasanjo KG. And the petitioner gave us all evidences that he transferred money to the suspect for him to get visions for members of the public during the Ramadan period, but he converted the money for his own personal interest. So when we receive the petition, we look at all the facts and we see that, okay, this is a case that we need to push further. an investigation revealed that actually he received those money with all transaction receipts. So the investigation commenced, and severally he was invited. He was invited, but we have to go for him. We get him arrested, and that is just all. Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you. So now, what is the current status of the case, and what message does this arrest send about the command's willingness to hold anyone, regardless of political standing, accountable for alleged crimes?
Okay, thank you very much. It was on March 8th, when it went viral that we arrested this for so many reasons, which they stated. We actually put out a press release stating the reason and how far we've come with investigation and the level we were then. That is on March 8th.
Yeah.
Then on March 9th, he was charged to court. And because the Commissioner of Police directed the case will be charged to court. Even at some point, they were looking for a level ground to settle, but for us to wash our hands clean of it, the Commissioner of Police directed we charged the matter to court, which we did. Then on the second question, we talk on what message does this send? This is just a clear message that Washington Police Command, we are non-political, and we do our cases based on petitions submitted. Once you submit your petition to the Commissioner of Police, he doesn't know who is submitting, and even if he knows who, you can go to any chamber and submit your petition. Once your petition has been submitted, the job of the Commissioner of Police is to minute the case or the petition to a section or formation that we investigate. So whosoever is submitting a petition, our own job is to act. And if there is anybody that is claiming he has submitted a petition and we didn't act on it accordingly, we've told them, let them come forward with a copy of the petition, and we will know that if we've acted or not.
All right, thank you very much. In case you're just joining, you're listening to the Nigeria Police Radio 99.1 FM. That is always your friend. And the program is Horizon. Horizon is a program where we link up with police commands across Nigeria to bring you activities of the Nigeria Police Force. And today, we are privileged to have the spokesperson of the Osun State Police Command, DSP Abiodun Ojalobi, who has been taking us through the activities of the command as far as accountability and clarity is concerned. DSP Abiodun, you recently had a new commissioner of police assume duty. How is it like with the assumption of a new commissioner of police in your command? What kind of person is he? What is his policing philosophy like from the look of things?
Well, thank you very much. You see, my commissioner of police, CP Brem Gotan, has been with us for months now, about a year. We recently did not have any new commissioner of police. He has been with us and he has been doing fantastically well. Due to his operational and intelligence-led operations. Sometimes this man will lead operations himself. So we currently do not have any commissioner of police.
Okay.
Our commissioner of police has been with us for close to a year now.
Okay, yeah, I got that. So thank you for that clarity. The activities that have built up in recent times, talking about the National Police Day, a lot of activities have been going on around the country. How is your command carrying out its own activities right from the one of the events?
Okay, right from the one of the event, in total compliance with the directives of the Inspector General of Police, the Commissioner of Police, CP Brem Gotan, as the first day as directed, we are out for a free medical outreach, which we did in one of the biggest parks in Osun State, which is Freedom Park. We did our medical outreach at Freedom Park, and we have a lot of people that showed up that day for the exercise to check their BP, hepatitis, and other medical attentions was done free of charge for them. Then, secondly, we also went out for sanitation. The way the Commissioner of Police did it was that each division must go out for sanitation so that it can touch every nook and cranny of the state. So each division went out for sanitation, and all of them gave report. The headquarters himself moved out for that sanitation. Then on the day 2, we went for the walkathon, led by the Commissioner of Police himself. We went through, if you are competent with Osogbo, or those that are competent with Osogbo, we know how we move. We move from Ring Road to Lameko to Okefia to Old Garage, and not just moving. We went to parks, met with the park management, and also talked to them on safety of safety driving, and how to be of good, how to be a good road user, because most of them, like the commissioner rightly said, these are sachet drink and the rest. Sometimes they will say, if I don't take this thing, my eye no go clear. So we went there, we talked to them, we sanitized them, and then on the 3rd day, we also, in compliance with the President of Police directives, we presented. We held a town hall meeting with stakeholders, sensitizing them on electioneering and how not to be too in the hands of politicians. Yes, because we observe most of these stakeholders are the ones they use: the NURTW, the return, the artisan, the market women, the Iyalojas and the Babalojas. Then some of these, we have what we call this OSTMS, Osun State Transport Management System. So we invited all of them, where the Commissioner of Police sensitized them on not being a tool in the hands of politicians. Then yesterday, being Thursday, the Commissioner of Police presented a checks to families of disease officers from Osun State. I think we have about 7 of them that showed up for the exercise. Although some of them were far, so we just have to. But those that were present, about 7 of them, which we presented as checks to them, and they were all happy. They appreciated the General of Police and the Commissioner of Police. I think that is what we've done so far. Today we're observing Easter holiday.
All right, thank you very much for dates concerning that. And now let's turn to a series of events that tested your command's resolve and its relationship with the community they serve. On March 26, the operatives responded to a distress call about impending clashes between Ilobu and Erin Osun communities over a boundary dispute. The officers dispersed the hoodlums, but subsequently, some youths of Ilobu went rogue, manhandled, and dragged one of them to the Olubu Palace, where he was subjected to inhumane treatment. The video made round on social media. A lot of people had their own comments to make about that particular incident. So can you walk us through what actually happened and what is the current position of that case?
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. What happened is there is this land dispute between 2 persons, and some act of criminality was coming into the case, and the matter was reported to this. The matter was petitioned to the state CID, Osogbo, and investigators comments, and we discovered that this matter is sensitive, and they need to get their thought and get their judgment right before anybody can come on the land. So the DCCID advised them that they should all go to court, sort out whatever they have in the court, and come back to the how far they've gone. So subsequently, we got an information that some people were on the land working, and the DPO sent men. He said, "Is this you?" Let me be very explicit here. He said, "Is this you?" That's the divisional crime officer and 2 others. The DCO was even on Mopti, then the 2 others were the one on uniform. So they got there. That is to tell you that these people were there just for peace. They didn't even go there with the heroes or with the patrol team. They go there and trying to talk to the people. All of a sudden, within the think of an eye, the whole thing, they just went wide and they bounced on the DCO. They fought the pounced on the DCO because it was a mufti. And when the two officers, one of them was carrying a smoke gun, and one of them was just carrying batting. When they saw that they are assaulting our boss, so the one with smoke gun have to fire the smoke to disperse them. All of a sudden, before you know it, they were numbering about 30 to 50. The officers have to start running for their life. Then, in the process, they assaulted them and dragged one of them to the palace, and where he was being humiliated. And a lot of this is not just an embarrassment to Nigeria as a whole. Immediately, the information got to the commissioner of police. He drafted his tactical teams there, and we arrested 4 of the suspects that day. Subsequently, we wrote to the king of the Ologu, the Ologu of Ilogu. We wrote to him, provide those that perpetrated that act. We gave him some days, he didn't show up. Then commissioner of police also, leading the operation with intelligence gathering, went to the community again, and we arrested additional 14. 14 that day, making it 18 suspects so far. Then the following day, we arrested one of them again, which is the actual person that videoed the incident. So we got him arrested also. We are still waiting. We are still looking for one Alawi share of Ilobu. I don't know, one Bale. I don't know him. We are still looking for him. The king to provide that one to carry the cross, because all of them are subject under you. So you should be able to give account of where they are. So that is how far we've gone. And I think yesterday we charged 9 of them to court, because we are not just charging innocent people to court. Though after interrogation and investigation, we discovered that some of them were not directly involved. Okay. So we put those ones aside. But those directly involved, we've charged them to court as today.
All right, target police officer, what is his condition?
That is where I'm going. And the assaulted police officer, that same day of the incident, he was taken to police hospital, Okefia, where he has been attended to treatment very well. We thank God he's hale and hearty. He's responding to treatment very well.
So now, what would be your message to people of Osun State listening to us as a way of deterrent to this kind of ugly incident that happened, not to look at police as enemies, instead to look at police as partners in progress?
Well, my advice to them is, or to us all, is we shouldn't take laws into our hands. No matter the offense, we should not take law into our hands. And secondly, once you see a police officer or any security agency misbehaving, there are channels of outreach or which you can report their conduct. You have the CRO, you have the PCB, even my numbers are everywhere. You can call, even the commissioner of police number is everywhere. You can call him that this is the conduct of a police, and we've been disciplining our men and we've been calling them to order. So please, we should not take laws into our hands, and we should not, we should not fight the authority. There are channels at which you can report your grievances. So that's just my advice, please.
All right, thank you very much. In case you're just joining, you're listening to Horizon on the Nigeria Police Radio 99.1 FM Abuja. Horizon is a program where we link up with police commands across the nation. And today on the program, we are having the privilege to get first-hand information from the Police Public Relations Officer of Osun State Police Command, DSP Abiodun Ojalobi, who is taking us through activities of the Nigeria Police Force in Osun State. And now let's move to this issue that happened on March 17, where your command arrested 2 officers of the Nigeria Customs Service in connection with the shooting incident in the Dada Estate area of Osogbo. The officers were reportedly chasing a suspected Tokumbo vehicle when a driver of an ash-colored Toyota Corolla was shot and later confirmed dead. Can you walk us through this particular case and what is the current position?
Well, on that fateful day, it is pathetic. It is painful that a life was lost on that Sunday morning. Our officers were fixing their vehicle at a place around Dada Estate. In the process, one of them was on guard while the driver was attending to the vehicle. In the process, the vehicle just parked near them. One was on Jalabia, and the other one was just on shirt and trouser. They introduced themselves as custom officers to the policemen, showing their pistol. And the policemen were like, they were not comfortable at that point because they were not on uniform.
Yeah.
They were just trying to, okay, let us know we can fix our vehicle and leave this place. Then they said they are waiting for two Tokumbo vehicles. That the informant told them the vehicle are coming this direction. So they gave the policemen some distance and they were there. The next 3-5 minutes, according to the testimony of both the custom and the police officer that were there, they saw a Z2016 Highlander was there. And the custom said, he confirmed that he fired at the Highlander. I think the bullet missed. The Highlander escaped and passed them. So when the other vehicle was coming, a Toyota Spider, as that he has missed the other one, he doesn't want to miss the second one. He shot at the vehicle, and accidentally the bullet hit the driver, and the vehicle swerved through the nearby bush. It was the custom officers that approached the vehicle and brought out the corpse of the deceased and took him to hospital. Since the custom officers were not on uniform, they were difficult to identify. What people saw there were the policemen, and it went viral that police has shot somebody. That was what went viral. So immediately we begin to investigate. The Commissioner of Police called, the intelligence department, lets you gather information, and immediately within 2 hours we were able to get the policemen. And we also got information that the corpse was taken to Osun Teaching Hospital. We equally went there and we met a custom officer there where we told him that we should hand over the corpse to us and he's not allowed to go anywhere. That this is our findings. So we took him to our custody. Then the policemen that were there, 3 of them, we equally took them to the state CID. We retrieved their arms. Among the customs, just one was bearing arm. Then among the police officers also, just one was bearing arm. The custom officer was bearing a small gun, which is pistol. The police officer was bearing an AK-47. So investigation commenced. And preliminary investigation just revealed that it wasn't the police that fired. So that is what made the Commissioner of Police to give the directive that we should issue a press release that it was not the police that fired, but investigation is still on. That is what made us to do that press release. We did that press release to calm the tension because information had it that some individuals already gathered themselves, protesting towards the headquarters on that day. So we have to do that press release to calm the tension, which we equally forwarded to some stakeholders, the nuns, the artisans, the LRTW, and the rest. We forwarded to them to calm their tension and to other radio stations so they can make it clear that it wasn't the police that fired. So that was what downed the tension, and investigation went further. It was proved beyond reasonable doubt that actually it wasn't the police that fired, it is the custom officer. So the 2 of them were properly apprehended, and from there we proceeded to identifying the person that was shot. His family was contacted, and we just do our job the way we ought to. But it's very unfortunate that the gentleman lost his life on that Black Sunday.
So now, how did the command navigate this sensitive interagency investigation? Where are the custom officers now? Have they been charged to court, or what? What is the outcome? How can Nigerians get full details about the outcome?
Well, as police, we are not to speak on behalf of the family. So we contacted the family members of the deceased. They came. I think he's from Delta State. Yes, the family came to Osun State, and the custom management met with them. They had discussions for days. Later, I think they later resolved the case among themselves, and we asked them to do, if they are not going on with the case, that they should make it clear for us to go to court and do the needful. So, although at some point we were about charging the matter to court, but the family, the elder brother, came to us and said that they're not interested in charging the matter to court. So that is how the case ended.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. We will be going on a short break at this point. The conversation continues after now, but as it is in our, and we'll give out the phone number where our listener can call in and ask any question, or you have a comment for my guest, you can actually put it through the studio line 080 699 75761. I take that again, 080 699 75761. Just get the number handy. When we come back from this break, you will be able to call in and reach us in the studio. Stay with us and do not go anywhere. This is Horizon on the Nigeria Police Radio 99.1 FM Abuja.
Two friends, Princess and Grace. These babes are Gen Z baddies. You know now, them get small scoin. One evening, police stopped a bus Grace was riding in, and she was the only one that this officer arrested. She was flabbergasted.
Officer, why me? Because of my hair?
Before uncle, by their hair you shall know them. My friend,
Officer, stop harassing me. 2 days later, the same police officer, that same one, wanted to arrest Grace's friend for the same reason.
Oga police profiling according to looks and being searched by the opposite sex is against the law. It is there in the Nigeria Police Act 2020.
The officer couldn't do anything to her. Hey, they let her go, and the other passengers couldn't believe it. Who would you rather be in this story?
am I dreaming? This thing, if it happen, if we all know and follow the Police Act 2020, if it happen.
Welcome back, and in case you're joining, you're welcome. This is Police Radio 99.1 FM Abuja. Today on the horizon, we have the Police Public Relations Officer of Osun State Police Command, DSP Abiodun Ojelobi, who is taking us through the activities of the Nigeria Police Force in Osun State Command. And before we went on that break, I called out the studio line, and I will call the number once again. If you have any question or comment for my guest, you can put a call through to us in the studio. And you can also send us WhatsApp message or SMS using the same number. Let me call the number once again, 080 699 75761. I take that again, 080 699 75761. Thank you for staying with us, DSP Abiodun.
Thank you, sir.
All right, now let's take a look at this particular one that says, on March 14th, your command declared 2 men wanted for the alleged murder of Mrs. Fumilayo Lasisi, a 38-year-old FRSC officer, and her 10-year-old daughter, Sewa, who went missing in November 2025. suspects were identified, and during the investigation, police had earlier arrested the deceased officer's boyfriend and two herbalists. But the most shocking discovery came when police found a clandestine